Welcome. We are going to be working on relieving the fascia of the foot, of the plantar fascia today. So let's get ourselves started. Just getting your foot bare. We're going to work on some self-massage to begin. Getting our leg crossed over onto our other leg, placed onto the knee. We're just going to grab our toes with one arm or one hand, and we're just going to start working in a U-shape manner from the outside, from the inside of the arch to the outside of the arch, going through the bottom, which is just the junction of the heel and the actual arch. So we're going to go ahead and come down here, pressing into the outside of the arch. We'll go for 10 times. If you feel like counting is the most effective way to make sure you're spending enough time. If you feel tenderness in one spot, we go a little bit more to the side or away from that tenderness. We don't want to be actually creating more pressure on the tender spots, but more on the fascia around it and the muscles around it. Now from here, we're going to go to the bottom and go from the inside of the foot to the outside of the foot. And again, by pulling the toes, we're finding a nice stretch in the arch. And now we're going to go upwards. And we're going to relax from here. And the next one we're going to do is a nice rotation of the toes. You're going to insert your fingers just between your toes, grabbing the top part of the ankle. We're going to do circles, rotating as we go in one direction, and finding enough movement in the actual ankle and feeling the toes being spread out. And we're going to go switch directions here. Again, 10 reps each sides. Feeling hopefully lots of movement in the ankle. Maybe some clicks. Now the next one we're going to do is rotate the front of the foot or the midfoot by grabbing the full ankle from the heel to the front of the ankle and just rotating one direction and the other. And we're going to feel it maybe a bit in the side of the ankle, but also in the midfoot here. And we're just trying to create movement, circulation, not necessarily breaking down any, let's say, scar tissue or anything like that. It's really just creating a bit of lubrication, if you can call it, into the foot, into the joints of the feet. And we're going to relax here. All right, so that's, again, the massaging, then the toe movements with the fingers between the toes. Then the last one we're going to do is our toe movements. We're going to first drop our pinky toes to the big toe and work like a piano from the pinky to the big toe. And we'll go for 10 reps in one direction. Hopefully we're feeling it difficult as a coordination exercise. We're going to make sure that we're keeping our heel down and we're just trying to spread those toes so that you have like almost a gap between each toe as you do it. Of course, if it's not the case, we're just trying to strive to that. And then we're going to switch directions from the big toe to the middle toes to the pinky toes. And last one. And we're going to relax here. Good. So again, we've done both directions. We're going to start now isolating the big toe. So lifting the big toe up and back down. And it's just going up and down without letting the other toes come off. If it's too difficult, you can always put your your hands onto your toes and lifting the big toe. And then the same thing goes for the other, where you're keeping the fingers on the big toe and just lifting your other 4 toes. just counting for 10 here. And let's do one more set. Big toe first. All 4 toes stay down. And again, if we're able to do it without holding, that's great, but it's okay to hold. And same thing here, one more time. And if you're feeling cramping under the foot as you do this, it's because maybe you're thinking too much to drive. So it's okay to just put your fingers there as a way to make sure you're not turning on your underfoot so much. And relax. So this is all you need to do to kind of get yourself warmed up for the day, creating some looseness in the foot, some lubrication. It's not to necessarily get stronger yet. We're just trying to decrease the symptoms, assess those symptoms the next day, see how you feel, and we can always make this a bit less. Of course, this would not be necessarily the trigger, but it could be maybe the amount of walking you're doing, the stair climbing you might be doing, or going up hills. So let's just take it day by day, but this is kind of the baseline that you want to be at to start and move your foot. All right, hope this was helpful and hope to see you soon. Take care.